Hey, what's up? We got body cam footage that just dropped regarding the Minnesota ICE officer getting rammed by a woman in this red SUV here. So I want to go through this. I'm gonna play it kind of all the way through, and then I'm gonna kind of jump to the juicier bits, right? The more important parts. Um, because the question really here that I've seen a lot, it's interesting the questions and the way the conversation has been evolving in this um, has been fairly interesting. It kind of started out with, oh, she didn't even hit him, and then it kind of evolved into, well, he could have just stepped out of the way, kind of situations like this, and we never really knew what her intent was. I was always kind of curious, like I wonder if she was looking at him. What if she knew that he was there? And so we kind of get a little bit of a look into all of that. So here's the full video.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the
All right,
car.
baby,
Whoa!
So that's pretty much that's the full video, right? So I'm gonna kind of go through it again, only without the audio, and I'm gonna be using this slider here. So you got the officer, he's coming out, gets out of the vehicle, and you see she's over here shouting. So she's shouting, back up. She's telling other people to back up. So she's like making some excuses. And there's other, like she was there for 3 minutes or over 3 minutes, and there's no apparent reason why she was there. So she was there to cause this problem. She was there to obstruct, basically. So she's there. The guy's walking around. You hear this like loud horn. She sees him, right? She's just chilling. She's in reverse or whatever, and she smiles and she gets ready. She turns the wheels. I don't know if she actually does. She actually turn the wheel? Yeah, she actually turns the wheel and she's in reverse. So she's backing up and she's talking to this guy and she's just da da da, whatever. And then you can see the reflection of the guy, the officer here. He comes around, checks this out. He starts getting lit from her, talking about, ooh, did you see that? No way. Is that a dinosaur? Dude, there's a dinosaur in here. Dude, hold on. There's a dinosaur? What? That's a whole dinosaur. Dude, there's a dinosaur up in here. What is going on? It looks like it's stomped on that car. Oh my God, that's incredible. Love it so much. Okay, anyways, so then we go on. And then you see in a lot of the other videos, this is that car that you see like whizzes by just before the officer comes up and tells her. You'll see, right?
You want to come at us? You want to come at us?
You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I suggest you go get lunch, right?
I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Get out of the car. Now, this is the moment she realizes, oh, it just went from I get to just say whatever the hell it is that I want because you're allowing me to do what I want to do. And two, oh, you're gonna stop me from doing this. Okay. And then she barks up, oh, uh, I can do and say whatever I want. Get out of the car. Oh, 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 I messed it up here. Oh, let's shuffle on over and grab the doorknob, right? And here's where things get really interesting, because it's her awareness, I think, is where things get really, really interesting. So she's in reverse, right? And she's backing up, right? And so if you look at her eyes, you can see that as she's backing up, she's looking and she can see the officer here. And then she's looking up into the rear view mirror to make sure she's not going to hit somebody from behind, which is good. And then she looks down to put it into drive. There she puts it in, right? So up, down. Now she's looking at the officer. She's looking at him, and it's in drive. And she's turning the wheel. She's turning the wheel, crimping her lips, right? That's what she's doing. And then that's the last you see. She drives off, kablunk, and then shoots, shots fired, right? So you have this situation where the guy did an entire lap around her car. She spoke to him. She was aware that he was there. She looked behind her to see, oh, he's not there, right? Knew that he wasn't there, right? Oh, I'm not going to get out of my car. Back up, put it into drive forward, look at the person that's standing in front of me, but I've already committed. She's already committed to running away and driving off. And she's like, "Uh-oh, here we go." And she drives and she hits the guy and she gets shot and then crashes. So this is a crazy, strange situation. It's like there's levels of malice. It's a little it's a bit of a gray area, I think, but I do think that she knew she knew that she was driving towards this officer, and she knew that she was hitting this ICE officer, and I'm guessing that she just didn't think that he would pull out a gun and shoot her. She thought that this was an acceptable form of protest, and it's not. You don't get to sit and block traffic for minutes to however long it would be to block official ICE operations. You are obstructing, which is against the law. You should be arrested. And when we enable people and say, hey, the officer should not have shot her, look, I think it's a tragedy. I think that alternate things could have happened. I've seen other videos. I played it on my last video where in a very similar situation, they shot once and she ended up just getting completely run over and died, right? So it's like, it's not we're not at, it's not these people's jobs to like say, oh, you know what? I'm going to completely risk my life in favor for you. If you are a threat, if you're an active threat towards me, I have the autonomy and the right to remove that threat. And if you're in a vehicle and the only way to remove that threat is to use a gun, then that's there. So I think that but none of this stuff should have happened, because the reason that she's even out here to begin with is because she's here thinking, oh my goodness, they're out here kidnapping people and disappearing people and all of this horrible narrative stuff that they're throwing out there, of what ICE is doing, and they're not, and they're just like, and they're out here happy, giddily, being like, hee, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything. I'm just going to be here in your way. I'm going to be a problem for you. And then they find themselves in a situation where they're like, oh, I'm actually getting in trouble now. And then they step on the gas and they hit an ICE officer and then they get shot. People need to back off. This is their job. You're not allowed to do this. Honestly, it's the people who are out here obstructing and doing all this stuff are so lucky that they're not just in mass getting arrested. because that's really what should be happening, because they need to get the message for these people's own protection. They need to be arrested. If you're coming out there and you're obstructing, if you're coming out and you just kind of want to like look and you want to observe or whatever, that's like that's like one thing. But to actually obstruct, to get in the way, to shout at them, to become a bother, that becomes a problem. And I think that you should be able to you should be get arrested for that. You're obstructing and you're causing situations like this to happen, which opens up the door massively for people to be killed because they put themselves in situations like this. This is very similar to another situation where there was a woman. She was chasing down and blocking off and harassing all these ICE officer vehicles, and they blocked her off. She stopped. An ICE officer got out, and she could have panicked and been like, "Oh," and then probably really hurt the guy if she wasn't thinking, but said, "Roll the window down," and he lectured her. He told her, "You need to not do this. You can't. If we find you out here doing this stuff again, you're gonna be." And she was very apologetic. She was just like, "I'm just a mom. I'm really sorry. You know, blah blah blah." She didn't realize that she was doing something as as bad as it was that she was doing. And then she safely drove off after they kind of granted her passage. This this woman was giddy. She was happy. She was gleeful to challenge, to obstruct these ICE officers, and then when commanded to get out of the vehicle, she reverses back and then guns it forward, hitting this ICE officer, leading to leading him to shoot her. Okay, this isn't this isn't an okay situation. Um, these deaths should not be occurring, and it's this left wing narrative that is demonizing ICE officers, that's creating this level of hatred towards these officers, that's causing people to get out and go attack and obstruct and cause be problems for ICE officers in ways that lead to their death or harm, right? It needs to stop. Um, I'm not going to where I will feel bad is in how this is a woman who tragically died from a situation that did not need to happen. She had a family. Her husband had passed, or her she has a child whose husband passed away at 20 and in 2023, and now she's gone. So now this child has no parent, and is living with the grandmother or something like that. And it's like this ideology caused her to come out and do this event, and commit this obstruction, which and step on the gas in all of this stuff. I'm not going to feel. That's where I'll feel bad, is in how this left wing narrative created this situation where it brainwashes people to go out and to do this stuff, to create victims, of which then the left wing wants to prop up and say, "Hey, look at what the bad guys did. The bad guys killed one of us. The bad guys killed one of us." It's like, no. The truth of it actually is that you guys are killing. You guys are killing these people. You guys are putting these people in situations that are very, very dangerous. And it can and will and is getting them killed. So stop it. You guys, seriously, you guys have to stop it. All right. That's all I'm going to speak on for now. All right.